day, ladies and gentlemen, little sisters and brothers. Today's video is just a sidebar to keep your minds right about a detailed prophecy the Anointed One told us we must endure. I said detailed because if you read what's written in Mark, Luke, and Matthew as one big picture, the recent developments I want to expose should not only make perfect sense to you, but it should also help you in identifying your true enemies in the near future. What prophecy am I talking about, you ponder? The prophecy about how our Christian brothers and sisters, with the help of the black leadership and black Hebrew Israelite wall glazers, how they will soon hunt you and I down like the righteous banditos that we are. You remember when Matthew chapter 10, verse 17 through 19 in the KJV said, listen closely, quote, but beware of men, colon, for they, the men, will deliver you up to the councils, with an S, comma, and they, the men, will scourge you in there, the councils, synagogues, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them, the men, and the Gentiles. Listen closely. But when they, the men, deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. Example. So as you can clearly hear, there will be a group of men personally associated with synagogues with different councils with an S operating within them. Also notice, they will have the legal authority to not only rendition you from the public sphere, but also legal authority to administer non-lethal corporal punishment before turning you over to the state and national representatives. Oh yeah. Notice how it tells us we will be instructed on what to say within the hour of truth. Before we move to the next one, remember the videos where we realized that not only was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colored preachers on the telephone talking to the policeman in a new community policing program. Not only that, but in the same information, we also discovered community councils were already set up waiting on the go live signal to handle certain community problems. I can't hear your answer because this is a video. But if you remember that information, let's see what Luke chapter 12, verse 11 through 12 adds to the picture, shall we? Quote, and when they, the men, bring you unto the synagogues, comma, and unto magistrates, with an S, comma, and powers, with an S, take ye no thought how or what thing ye shall answer, or what ye shall say. Listen closely. For the Holy Spirit shall teach you in the same hour what ye ought to say. Example. Okay, so it is confirmed. Not only will certain men with authority to rendition you from the public bring you to the synagogue, they have the power to deliver you to the state courts, the magistrates, and to the national powers as well. Also notice the same warning of within our instructions on what to say will be given to us. Okay, cool. Let's check out one more verse just to make sure that I'm some kind of liar. Turn to Mark chapter 13, 9 through 11. Quote, but take heed to yourselves, for they, the men, shall deliver you up to councils, with an S, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten. and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them. Listen closely. And the gospel must first, what? And the gospel must first be published among all nations. Stop. Good news, bingo. Why bingo, you wonder? Well, when the Anointed One continued with his congruent sequence of events and said, quote, and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them, and the gospel must first be published among all nations. My question is, what do you perceive? I perceive the message my God will give you in that hour is the true gospel. You know, the testimony against them / the world by the Holy Spirit. I believe the good news that's supposed to be published throughout the world is complete rebuke from the Holy Spirit, not, and let me repeat, not the added, corrupted, flipped, and rubbed down rendition of their sweet Lord Jesus that they have spread throughout the world. Now hold on now. Wait a minute. Do not rent your garments. Remember, our ancestors were only commissioned to speak to the lost sheep in the cities of Israel, not among all nations. Big difference. Also, remember, we already discovered in our New Testament series that the Great Commission came from the figment of a Christian humanist with the power to implant it within the text for the entire world to be deceived. His imagination. I know what I just said was correct because of what the Anointed One says next. Verse 11. Perceptional context. Now that he has told you what must be published, he goes back to square one and lays out the complete message again. Check it out. Quote, but take heed to yourselves, for they, the men, shall deliver you up to councils, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten, and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them. And the gospel must first be published among all nations. All right, going back to the beginning. Listen for a new detail though. But when they shall lead you, what? But when they shall lead you, and deliver you up, take no thought beforehand what ye shall speak, neither do ye premeditate. But whatsoever ye shall be given you in that hour, that speak ye, for it is not ye that speak, but the Holy Spirit. Let me go back and read that again. Listen for the new detail, because remember, all the other two just started with them delivering you up. What is this? They leading you. Who's leading you? Okay, shh. Let me keep going. Let me stop. Ready? Quote, but when they shall lead you, and deliver you up, take no thought beforehand what ye shall speak, neither do ye premeditate. But whatsoever shall be given you in that hour, that speak ye, for it is not ye that speak, but the Holy Spirit. Stop. Bingo, bingo. Why two bingos, you ponder? Well, the first was for proving the good news that is supposed to be spread throughout the world. You know, your future, much publicized persecution for the Anointed One's sake will come unadulterated, unmitigated, pure, fresh, and clean rebuke from the Holy Spirit himself, not from the tainted books, twisted idolatry, twisted ideology, and vile mouths of our God-given enemies. What? Liar? What? So you want to ask me, what do I perceive when I read Matthew chapter 24, verse 4 through 14? Well, you say that proves that the good news is supposed to be spread to the world, huh? Interesting. Interesting indeed. Little Miss Ivy, what should we do? How did I know you was going to say that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's turn there. Let's check it out. I will let the beat rock, and you stop me. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to let the beat rock, and I want you to stop me when you hear anything about the good news being spoken to the nations. I'm talking about the good news of my anointed one being spoken to the nations. All right? Here we go. I'm going to start at verse 5. You ready? Just stop me. We mind melded in. Stop. Just stop me. Here we go. Quote, "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved." Listen up. "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." Example. Well, wait a minute. Why didn't anyone stop me? Could it be because this specific gospel of the kingdom, the doom and gloom and devoid of all mention of the good news of my anointed one, is the only gospel that's supposed to be preached unto the world? It's just a question. I didn't mean nothing by it. But wait! For that was only the tricky part. The big fig Newton is who I perceive the future men with authority are. Check it out. Oh yeah. Remember when I told you Steve Bannon was the demonist dark prince we should be watching out for? You remember? Yeah. I don't have to go over that again. Or do I need to upload it again? Just let me know. Well, don't let me know. I'll do it anyway. Well, guess what? Check this out.